Hurricane season well underway. We know every year can be different. Last year was memorable due to several hurricanes. Take, for example, Milton. Hurricane Milton brought a regional tornado outbreak to Florida, but it also brought extremely heavy rain. For a city like Lakeland, Florida, the heavy rain that was produced, unbelievable flooding. You're looking at some of the images from that. The Lakeland Police Department was overwhelmed with calls for help. People were trapped in their homes. Some people had to navigate through water that was up to their chest.
It was scary. And in the wake of all of it, Lakeland police realized that they needed to be ready for the next time. And that would mean proper training. So the police department sent the dive team to North Carolina for a specialized training session at the Swiftwater Rescue Training Facility. All of this to prepare for the following and really this year's hurricane season.
Let's bring in Sergeant Tyler Anderson with the Lakeland Police Department joining us now. Sergeant Anderson, good morning. Thanks for being with us. You're a member of the police department's dive team. You were already trained, from what I understand, to be on that team. So what was it about Milton that inspired you all to get this specialized training?
So mainly our training has been focused on underwater recovery and searching. And from the water rescue side, we've had very little exposure on how to handle those things properly. And so after Milton, with the paramount amount of flooding that we had, we saw that we needed to increase our knowledge so that we could better serve the citizens.
So then the facility in North Carolina, what about this facility in particular? Why was it chosen, and what did the team take away from the training that will then be utilized in Lakeland?
So the facility itself is hosted by the Fayetteville Technical Community College, and they use their Swiftwater actual instructors to teach this course. It has a 140,000 gallon pool that allows us to work in currents from 7 to 28 knots in strength. Also, we can put vehicles, culverts, and dams in the water, along with live victims and simulated victims in certain cases, so that we get true hands-on experience while navigating not just during daylight conditions, but also at night and with rain and thunderstorms actually happening while we are in the pool.
Sergeant Anderson, for yourself, what was the experience like for you during Milton? Because, again, in a police force, not everyone's a part of this dive team, and there does come a point where it's all hands on deck. And I would imagine a situation like Milton, a lot of people were affected. What was that experience like for you?
It was very humbling. I've been deployed during at least 3 hurricanes that have come through Lakeland or impacted Lakeland during my years of service here. And we did more water rescues during Milton than the other 2 combined. And it truly was overwhelming with how the citizens looked to us to help them, and how we had to maintain our composure so that we could facilitate that they were safe.
Yeah, and Sergeant Anderson, I mean, before we leave you, it is truly incredible to be able to send officers to receive this training, to bring it back, to educate other officers, and to be able to respond when needed. And for perspective, Lakeland is further east. It's east of Tampa. It's further inland. You have a couple of lakes. But the flooding that we had, I think, from Milton too, not storm surge. And there is a little bit of a difference when it comes to forecast, but ultimately it comes down to you guys being ready to handle these flooded streets and be able to respond when people are trapped in their homes.
That's very correct.
I think it's awesome to be able to have that ability. And a dive team also, is that common for most police departments, or is this unique for you guys?
It depends on how much water we have around us, and most teams that they have around us. Your coastal areas will be more oriented to have them. This team has been in place for about 20 to 25 years, and we just continue to utilize it, and not just for the city of Lakeland, but for outside agencies and outside municipalities that ask us for assistance.
It is wild to recap the video from Milton, right?
Yeah.
And how flooded it truly was. So we appreciate the time. And hey, we are just really breaking into this new season, and the hope is we see nothing repeat itself. but it is very comforting to know the department is ready. Sergeant at Lakeland Police Department, Tyler Anderson, thank you for your time this morning.
All right, thank you.
All right.